Hey friends, welcome to episode 6 of 2025 of the People Mover podcast. And today we're going to talk about how to use Lightning Lane at Walt Disney World. So let's kick it off right now.
Welcome to the People Mover podcast, the length of the iconic ride and your ultimate guide to Disney World and Disney cruises. Whether you're a first-timer or a seasoned fan, we've got tips, tricks, and options to elevate your magical journey. Don't forget to follow and subscribe to our Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at Magic Vacation Family for more Disney magic. Buckle up and let's dive into the world of Disney.
As always, today's episode is brought to you by MagicVacationFamily.com. If you are looking for travel agents to help you out, my wife and I are Disney travel agents. So if you're looking to book a trip, you want all of that expertise help, and you like what you hear on the podcast, please visit MagicVacationFamily.com, click Book a Trip. Our services are 100% free as long as you book your Disney trip through us, and we'll help you every step of the way, even while you're at the Disney parks. In today's episode, we're going to break down the two types of Lightning Lane options, how to book them, and also share some tips on maximizing your time. So let's get started. So first of all, I think you need to understand exactly what Lightning Lane is. And Lightning Lane is Disney's system for helping you really skip that regular standby line for certain popular attractions. It's really similar to that old Fast Pass system, but now it's a lot more flexible and it saves you time while you're in the parks. So with Lightning Lane, there's really two different options. You have individual Lightning Lane selections that are for the popular selections. And then you also have Lightning Lane Multi-Pass, which are for other selected rides. Now, keep in mind, you can pre-book Lightning Lane access for up to 3 attractions per day, or you can purchase the individual Lightning Lane passes for the high-demand rides. So let's talk about how it works. Once you arrive at a park, you're either going to pre-book Lightning Lane access for up to 3 rides with the Lightning Lane Multi-Pass, or you're going to purchase individual passes for some of those popular rides. And this is really how you can take advantage of this. So with the Multi-Pass, you can pre-book up to 3 attractions per day. So typically 1 from Tier 1, which is going to be your most popular ride, and then 2 from Tier 2. I also have these all listed out at the MagicVacationFamily.com website, and it's broken down by park, which tier, which rides fall into. So if you ever want to look at it, make sure you go and visit us at MagicVacationFamily.com. Now, for individual Lightning Lane, you can buy passes for those high-demand rides like I talked about earlier. So like Star Wars Rise of Resistance, Avatar Flight of Passage. You can usually skip those standby lines, but it is going to cost you a little bit extra. But once you've made your reservation, all you have to really do is head to the attraction at the designated time, and you can bypass the line. So it's kind of like walking in VIP, right? And enjoy the ride. So now let's talk about Lightning Lane Multi-Pass versus individual passes. And what are the true differences between those, right? So Lightning Lane Multi-Pass allows you to pre-book up to 3 rides per day. Now, you can actually book these up to 7 days in advance if you're staying at a Disney resort, or 3 days in advance for everyone else. That means if you're staying off property somewhere else, you can book those up to 3 days in advance. But when you're staying on Disney property, you get that extra bonus of a few days to get those added there. Now, for the multi-pass, it could range anywhere from $15 to $27 per person per day. So you're traveling with a family of 4. Let's just say it's at $25. It's going to cost you an additional $100 a day to be able to get to those types of rides here. So the earlier you start booking, the better off chances you have for like those high demand rides like Seven Dwarfs Mine Train or Space Mountain at Magic Kingdom. If you look at individual Lightning Lane passes, though, these are going to be for the most popular rides like I talked about before. Rise of the Resistance, Frozen Ever After, once again, Avatar Flight of Passage. Now, you pay individually for these rides. So instead of like the $15 to $27 per day of where you can utilize the multi-pass, this is just for one ride, and this can average anywhere between $9 to $27. So really, how much does it matter to you to go on that ride? Now, I would say, for example, Star Wars Rise of the Resistance, highly recommend it. I pay for that ride nearly every time I go. But you can buy 2 individual Lightning Lane passes per day, per person. So make sure you plan wisely, all right? So where do you really want to go? So if you're going to spend all day at one park, you're usually going to be fine. But if you're going to start doing park hopping, that's where you got to be a little bit more strategic about which individual Lightning Lane passes you're going to be purchasing. So now let's break it down by park. Here's a list of the rides, including Lightning Lane, divided by the multi-pass and individual Lightning Lane options. So first off, we have Magic Kingdom. Now, you can choose any of Tier 1. That's right, so that would be Jungle Cruise, Peter Pan's Flight, Space Mountain, or Tiana's Bayou Adventure. And then you can choose 2 experiences from Tier 2, or you could do all 3 from this group. But that would be the Barnstormer, Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin, Dumbo the Flying Elephant, Haunted Mansion, It's a Small World, Mad Tea Party, The Magic Carpets of Aladdin, The Mini Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, Mickey's PhilharMagic, Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor, Pirates of the Caribbean, Tomorrowland Speedway, and Under the Sea Journey of the Little Mermaid. And then those single pass attractions, which are going to cost you extra, will be Seven Dwarfs Mine Train and Tron Light Cycle Run. Now let's move over to Epcot. Tier 1 is going to be Frozen Ever After, Remy's Ratatouille Adventure, and Soarin' Around the World. Or you can pick 2 or 3 of the category below in the Tier 2. So if you pick 3 of these, you can't pick any of Tier 1, but you can pick 2 of these here, which would be Disney and Pixar Short Film Festival, Journey into Imagination with Figment, Living with the Land, Mission Space, the Seas with Nemo and Friends, Spaceship Earth, and Turtle Talk with Crush. Now, the single line pass attraction is going to be Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind, which I highly recommend, but if you do get motion sickness, you might want to be a little weary of it. So take a look at it. Maybe watch some reviews. I have a video of it on our magicvacationfamily.com website. Now let's take a stroll over to Hollywood Studios. So Tier 1 is going to be Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run, Rock and Roller Coaster starring Aerosmith, and Slinky Dog Dash. And then our Tier 2 level ones are going to be Alien Swirling Saucers, Beauty and the Beast Live on Stage, Disney Junior Play and Dance, which is a blast if you have kiddos that really like to dance, especially between that ages of like 2 and 3. It's fantastic. For the first time in forever, a Frozen sing-along celebration, Indiana Jones Epic Stunt Spectacular, Muppet Vision 3D, Star Tours, The Adventure Continues, The Twilight Zone Tower of Terror, and Toy Story Mania. Also, our single pass attractions for this one are going to be Star Wars Rise of the Resistance, which I will also say again, definitely worth spending the extra money on. And finally, heading over to Disney's Animal Kingdom theme park. Now, they only have a Tier 2 level here, and then the single pass attractions. So really, you can pick any 3 of these experiences. So you could do Dinosaur, Expedition Everest, The Legend of the Forbidden Mountain, Feathered Friends in Flight, Festival of the Lion King, which is incredible. It's a big show, so I highly recommend that one. Finding Nemo, The Big Blue and Beyond, Tough to Be a Bug, Kali River Rapids, Kilimanjaro Safaris, and Navi River Journey. And the only one that's going to cost you extra on this one is going to be Avatar Flight of Passage, which in my opinion is definitely the best immersive 4D experience that exists today. All right, so now how do you maximize your experience? Let's talk about that. So highly recommend booking early. Remember, you can book your Lightning Lane as early as 7 a.m. if you're staying on Disney property, so don't waste any time. Start booking those rides as soon as possible when that window opens to get access to the best available times and to make the most out of your day. Also, base your rides on priority, right? What means the most to you and your family? What are you looking the most forward to riding on? So for example, think Pirates of the Caribbean and Haunted Mansion for the easier rides, or Avatar Flight of Passage for the high demand attractions. And then also maximize your time. Once you have your Lightning Lane reservations, use your time wisely, right? Don't just spend it going from one ride to the other and then standing around. Utilize that break time between to get some food, to go do some shopping, watch some of the shows, be a part of the parade, etc. Highly recommend making sure you take as much advantage of that time as you possibly can. Also, make sure you download that My Disney Experience app as well, because it's going to become your best friend while you are on that trip, while you are booking your Lightning Lanes, and also seeing what other options are available, order ahead dining, making those dining reservations, etc. So now that you understand a little bit about Lightning Lane, if you have any questions, you want help booking those, you want our advice booking your Disney trip, obviously, as you're hearing, there's a lot that goes into booking a Disney vacation. It's not just like showing up to a hotel and then going to play in the pool, right? We have a lot going on here. Visit us, magicvacationfamily.com, if you have any questions. But that's going to bring us to the end here of episode 6 of the People Mover podcast. We will see you next at episode number 7.